That is the hard part of today's society, though. Like, even just like the surroundings you have, like even your parents, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's warfare on your mind.
it's warfare on your mind at all times, right? It's your friends telling you, bro, you don't need to go to the gym today, or it's your friends like not doing as well as you financially, so why? Like, I'll give you an example. In that same plaza that we ate dinner at last night, or maybe the plaza over, there was like a sub shop at one point for a long time, and they closed down. But I used to go with my uncle. I used to drive all the way from here there on Wednesdays just to take my uncle out to lunch because we were super close at the time. Now we're not so close for personal reasons, but a big part is mentality difference. And I think this was the day where it kind of started. I worked really hard. I used to take him out every Wednesday, and I sat down at the sub shop, and I was like, "Hey man, I got some big news." He's like, "What?" I was like, I hit my first 10K month this month.
Epic.
And he's like, "That's awesome." I was like, "Yeah, dude, I can't wait to like get to 50." And he's like, "Why are you still working so hard? You already hit 10K. Like,
Yeah.
what's the point? You're making 120 grand a year." I was like, that's just the next level. Like, there's another level past that. And I was like, wait, why? I'm confused why I'm being discouraged from continuing to grow.
Yeah.
And reflecting back, it's two things. It's one, he can't comprehend that isn't a lot, number one. But two, in a weird subconscious way, he doesn't want someone else to do better than him because
he's sabotaging you because
it's a cope.
It's a cope. That's why people keep coping, and they cope hard and hard and hard, and they keep coping because they look at somebody else and they're like, one is they know that if they did the same amount of effort and energy as the other person, they could achieve the same result. I know it. I look at other people in my life and I was like, if I did what this person is doing, I would have what they have. And people know that. So they just attribute it to luck. They don't want to be responsible, because if you're responsible for the good stuff, you have to be responsible for the bad stuff. So it goes back to humility, right? If you look at the serpent and you look at Adam and you look at Eve, the reason why Satan fell from heaven was pride. He wanted to be like God. Most of us act like we are God in our lives. We want to be God. We want to have the final say. We want to be the decider of our life. We want to look what I've built, like Nebuchadnezzar before God turned him into a beast. Look what I've built. Look at the kingdoms. Look at the things. Look at the works of my mighty hands. Right? So everything's pride, ego. And when you get rid of that, you begin to evaluate that the reason you work, the reason you do these things isn't for the vain glory and the pride and the ego. It's for God. It's to worship God. That's why we exist. And when we operate outside of that natural order, whether it's by making money, whether it's by working a 9 to 5, if we operate outside of the order of giving glory to God in everything that we do, and people think about giving glory to God like this idea of going to church.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to make a quick announcement, let you guys know that Ecom Society is finally open. Now, when we started Ecom Society many years ago, we realized that e-commerce was not only one of the greatest opportunities to make money, but it was the future. We realized that most people are spending their time online, they're buying on Amazon, they're buying on TikTok, and this is here to stay. When I started making money in e-commerce in 2017, it was a little bit taboo. It was weird. Not a lot of people knew about it. But today, it's normalized. It's obvious. It's real. It exists. Building a Shopify store and making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 online is real. And because of this reality, we have to adapt. We have to learn new skills. We have to find new people, new mentors, new communities. We have to realize that the opportunity is at hand. And if we want to win, we have to capitalize on it. So I decided to put together Ecom Society, a one-stop hub, the only location that you need to get all your resources, all your information, your community, AI tools, supply chain, courses, experts, live streams about e-commerce in one centralized location. And it doesn't matter what niche of e-commerce, whether it's Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok, Amazon FBA, we've aggregated everything in one location for you. To simplify it, all you have to do is click the link below, get started, and I'll see you guys inside. It's going to be an epic journey.
No, the idea of giving glory to God is to be in order and in natural law and in obedience to Him. Whatever that looks like, He will tell you if you're in connection with Him. And I think people have divided entrepreneurship, they've divided business, they've divided spirituality, and they've compartmentalized all of these things individually in life, and they have different standards. They go to church, but then they run a drug business, or a cartel. And then they'll wear the cross, but then they'll put a hit on somebody. So it's like they have moral absolutes and they have criterias of excellence in different areas of life instead of just looking at their life as a collective unit and being like, I want to have a successful life. I want to have a life that is pleasing to God. When God looks at the inner depths of my life, is he proud? Is he proud of me? Does he say, well done, my good and faithful servant? Does he look at me like he looked at Jesus when Jesus was getting baptized and said, that's my son in whom I am well pleased, right? Or does he look at me and says, no, I know you're a fraud. Like everybody else around you, they see that you're legit, but I know you're a fraud. I don't want that. Like that's not how I define success. So the accolades, the recognitions, the things of the world, the merits, all these things come because God provides them and God gives you the ability to enjoy them and have them. But you have to give credit to God at the end of the day, because our mindset, our character, our way of thinking, the opportunity that we have was literally given by him. And if it wasn't by him, we wouldn't have it, right? So humility. Humility to recognize that you can change. And by that humility, you begin to change and life becomes better than by having an attachment to your pride and your ego and that you've done things right up until this point. That was the biggest catalyst for me, was recognizing I don't know anything. If you rely on God and you allow yourself to become a better player, whether it's business, entrepreneurship, finance, biohacking, spirituality,
relationship.
Truth is truth regardless of where it exists. And it'll present itself as truth in a relationship, in business, and it'll apply everywhere. Show me a man, how he runs his business, I can tell you how he treats his family. You show me how he treats his family, I can tell you how he's going to treat his employees, because he might be hypocritical, but between the hypocrisy, you can notice the cracks of character, and you can know somebody's true nature in every scenario. Just become a better person. Ask God to polish you, to show you truth. And the process of truth, if you look at the Bible, it's not this process of adding more things. We're usually in the process of discovering truth. Like, I want to know more. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. I want to find the truth. The process of truth in Proverbs is usually associated with gold. And the process of refining gold is about removing things. You put it in the heat and under pressure, and the dirt rises, the impurities go to the top, and you clean it. And the process of truth isn't about adding things and philosophy and doctrine and dogma and stigma and task lists and to-dos. It's about removing the programming, removing what others have told us who we are, removing the disbelief and the insecurities and the lack of faith. When you remove these things and God does a process of pruning and purification, then the truth shows. And this truth is that we're creating the image of God, and that if we choose and position our lives to be of service to him, he will bless us. He will bless us in every aspect of life. If you operate outside of God's law and God's order, yes, you can have money, but you can live a very miserable life. So the goal is how to find wellness. Somebody asked me, what is the most important thing for you in life? And it used to be finding truth, but now it's to live a life of wellness. And the life of wellness means that every area of your life is well, it's healthy. And I think that should be the ambition for people that are trying to live a life that is truly successful. Focus on one thing, making money. It all comes back down to you need to be able to take care of your physical needs before you can take care of your spiritual needs. That makes sense. You got to be able to eat, be alive. But once you get past that threshold, continue scaling, continue leveling up, but never forget what actually matters. I see so many people playing the mini game of business, forgetting that it was a mini game to buy them freedom. And then they give up that same freedom to continue playing the mini game when the mini game was already beat. Anyways.
No, I love it. It's very insightful. And I think if someone's especially listening to this, like newer, I think they got a lot to think about.
It's a different framework, we can talk a lot about actions, and we can talk about a lot of like, go learn this, go read this. There's plenty of actionable advice, a book recommendation, go find a mentor, plenty of things that if you actually apply to today, you can make more money. I think a couple avenues to consider to make money. Ecom, I think, is essential. If you have some money saved up, I think service-based business is key because you don't have to input any initial cost. I think once you have some money, Ecom is good. It will always be around, whether it's TikTok shops, Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO, whatever.
It's just retail at the end of the day, right?
Retail, just D2C, selling to a consumer online. I think it's only going to scale, only going to grow. We have Ecom Society. That is a program we're working with. Bad marketing, they're powering the entire, marketing engine behind this product. But then the second side is we have gem hunters, and that is crypto. I'm a crypto.
That's
head.
like the world's best kept secret, bro.
It's the world's best kept secret, but it's fire. When it comes to multiplying your money has to come through a vehicle of speculation, whether you're speculating in a stock or buying low, selling high. That's where the multiplication comes. Crypto and the Trump administration have kind of married into one. And the next 3 years, I think in crypto, 4 years are going to just be
booming,
just going crazy. So make your money, invest in vehicles where you buy low, sell high. And yeah, free community, Gem Hunters. We'll leave that in the link in bio. Always good for people to join.
Yeah, I mean, can I give a quick shout out there?
For sure.
Dude, I got friends who have millions of dollars in crypto who have gone into Gem Hunters too. And like, dude, some of the plays in there over the last year have been
1,000x. We've literally done 1,000x's. We called the Trump coin, for example. I think it was like 400 mil market cap and went to 70 billion in 4 days. That means you have to be in the market, prepared, tuned, ready to roll with the proper information to capitalize on these opportunities. We were telling people,
and you called the right one. There's so many of them, bro.
Sure.
Like that night, there was so many. I'm watching my brother trade them all, and he's like, I don't know which one it's going to be.
I think the number one thing is, like you said, you have to put in the reps. And I put in so many reps in the crypto space, and my team has put so many reps, whether it's the analysts, whether it's the data reports, whether it's the people that are out here looking for new tokens. We've put in so many reps that we breathe the space. And the space is so small, it's only a $2 trillion market cap, $3 trillion market cap space, that a group of 40,000 people like Gem Hunters has the ability to move markets.
Do you know, let me actually look this up because this was something I looked at the other day. How much money moves daily in the Forex market?
I can't imagine. Trillions. Has to be a couple $1 trillion.
Yeah, it is. Daily turnover. This is 2022 tracked volume, not even now. $7.5 trillion a day.
Yeah, and that's just what you see on
a day,
order books.
Bro.
That's what you see on order books.
Exactly.
It's
not
not
the market.
Considering dark pools. You're not even consider OTC desks. You're not considering anything. So like crypto is doing a couple $100 billion a day. It's so small.
It's so small right now.
So small. It's only going to grow. If you use your phone, you're going to be using some sort of crypto rail payments in the next couple of years.
You know what's funny? I actually even with like the older people in my church, I have this debate all the time. They're like, oh, you should invest in real estate. And I'm like, you're an idiot. You should invest in crypto. And like, we always go back and forth. And like, one of my logical arguments is like, dude, listen, let's just take a $500,000 house 10 years ago. Like, it would take me whatever, 1,500 Bitcoin to buy that back then. Whereas today, that house, let's just say it's worth $1.5 million. It's tripled in value. It takes me like fucking 12 Bitcoin to buy the same house. You know what I mean? I was like, and it's only going to keep going. If I talk to you in 10 years, it's going to take me a quarter Bitcoin to buy the same house, no matter what the price is.
The thing is, the boomers, they wanted to dump real estate on our heads. So they overpriced, overinflated their asset. We are their exit liquidity if we choose to. And everybody's just like, fuck you, I'm not buying an apartment for $1 million.
Exactly. I'd rather rent and put my money in crypto.
For sure.
And even now, dude, like Lebanon, I mean, you know, take it what it is. People look at it as a third world country or whatever.
But it's probably
right?
still expensive.
It's super expensive, but that's not even my point. Anytime we ever split a bill, it was in crypto.
Epic.
Because there's a guy from
USDT,
Australia.
Everybody USDT.
Exactly. There's a guy from Australia. There's a guy from UK. There's a guy from America. There's a guy from Canada. There's a guy from Lebanon. How the fuck? He can't Zelle me. I can't Venmo him. Like, there's no financial currency that we can all trade together except USDT or crypto. And I'm going to send you Solana.
And the thing is, you look at people in America because they have Venmo and they have Cash App and they have PayPal. They're like, why the fuck do I need Bitcoin? But if you're from Zimbabwe, if you're from South Africa, if you're doing a trip, if you're from Lebanon, if you're from anywhere and you need a currency that is your medium of exchange that everybody agrees is a store of value, today it's either Bitcoin, Solana, USDT, ETH. Bro, people will even take Dogecoin. Like, shit's
100%.